Imagine this. You're standing on the edge of one of the most meaningful nights of your life. A night where two hearts, two souls, are about to unite. Not just for this world, but for an eternal bond in the hereafter. Now pause for a moment and ask yourself, how can I make this night not only unforgettable, but truly blessed in the sight of Allah? Welcome to Islamic Motivation and Wisdom, your personal space for exploring the depth, beauty, and wisdom of Islam. We're here to walk with you through life's most sacred and significant moments. In today's video, we're diving into something incredibly special: 7 essential wedding night tips for Muslim couples. But let me be clear, this isn't just about rituals, customs, or etiquette. This is about starting your journey as husband and wife in a way that's filled with faith, love, intention, and divine connection. So whether you're preparing for your big day, helping a loved one through this beautiful phase, or just curious to learn more, this video is made just for you. Stick around, because what we're about to share could transform how you approach not just your wedding night, but your entire married life. And believe me, by the end of this video, you'll realize that these tips are not just practical. They're deeply spiritual. They hold the power to lay the foundation for a marriage full of peace, joy, and Allah's barakah. Let's say Bismillah and begin this journey together. Know the significance of marriage in Islam. Before we jump into the tips, let's take a step back and reflect on something powerful. Why is marriage so highly honored in Islam? Marriage isn't just a social contract. It's a spiritual covenant, a sacred connection designed to bring two people closer, not just to each other, but to their Creator. Allah beautifully says in the Quran, "And among His signs is that He created for you from yourselves mates, that you may find tranquility in them. And He placed between you affection and mercy." Surah Ar-Rum 30:21. Now pause and really absorb those 3 words: tranquility, affection, mercy. These aren't just poetic expressions. They're the very foundation of what a marriage in Islam should embody. Tranquility, feeling safe and at peace with one another. Affection, expressing love, even through the smallest acts of kindness. Mercy, showing patience and forgiveness, especially when things get tough. These are not optional. They're essential. They're what transform a marriage from routine into a refuge. Now here's something to think about. What's the difference between a wedding and a marriage? A wedding? That's one day. A celebration filled with laughter, joy, and beautiful moments. But a marriage, that's a lifetime. A journey of shared dreams, trials, forgiveness, and endless growth. The Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, said, "Marriage is half of faith." Let that sink in. Half of your deen. Why? Because marriage teaches you what nothing else can: patience, compromise, empathy, and deep responsibility. It's a training ground for your soul. So when your wedding night arrives, it's not just about excitement or romance. It's the beginning of something sacred. It's your chance to build a home grounded in love, mutual respect, and a shared purpose centered around pleasing Allah. Beginning your wedding night with blessings. Now that we understand the depth and beauty of what marriage represents, let's talk about how to begin your wedding night in the most meaningful way possible. The Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, taught us that every important act should begin with the name of Allah. Why? Because invoking His name invites His divine protection and blessings, turning even the smallest act into an act of worship. And your wedding night? It's one of the most precious and personal moments you'll ever experience. So let's elevate it. Start by making dua, a heartfelt, intentional prayer. Let's go back to that powerful dua the Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, taught us. O Allah, keep shaitan away from us, and keep shaitan away from what you have bestowed upon us. So short, so simple, yet deeply profound. This isn't just a ritual, it's a shield. By starting your wedding night with these words, you're asking Allah to protect your union from distractions, doubts, and anything that could harm the beautiful connection you're about to build. You're not just beginning a relationship, you're inviting divine presence into your love story. But have you ever wondered why beginning with Allah's name matters so much? Think of it this way. When you consciously involve Allah in your very first shared moments, you're not just blessing that night, you're building the foundation for an entire lifetime of barakah, divine blessings. You're creating a spiritual connection that strengthens your love and shields it from negativity. That one sincere act becomes a statement, a quiet but powerful declaration that this marriage is for the sake of Allah. It reminds both of you to turn to Him, not just when things are easy, but when life tests your patience, your love, and your resolve. So take a deep breath, pause, face each other, and together begin with this dua. Let your hearts connect, not just with each other, but with your Creator. That peace you'll feel, it's a calm that only Allah can give. Because at the end of the day, what could be more beautiful than starting your love story in a way that pleases the one who created love in the first place? Entering this chapter with the right mindset. Now that your heart is aligned with Allah, let's talk about something just as important. Your mindset going into this night. It's completely normal to feel a whirlwind of emotions, excitement, nervousness, maybe even a little uncertainty. And that's okay. This is a new chapter, a sacred beginning. And like any beginning, it's bound to feel both thrilling and unfamiliar. But here's something beautiful. Islam teaches us to approach this moment not with pressure or fear, but with kindness, patience, and understanding. The Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, reminded us, the best of you are those who are best to their wives. What a powerful message. The standard in Islam isn't based on wealth, charm, or grand gestures. It's about character, about how gently, respectfully, and lovingly you treat one another. So tonight isn't about perfection. It's not about saying the exact right thing or doing everything by the book. It's about presence, connection, starting this journey with compassion. Be curious about how the other person is feeling. Ask simple questions, share your thoughts, listen more than you speak. Sometimes a soft smile, a comforting touch, or even just holding hands can say more than 1,000 words. And hey, here's a little tip to lighten the mood. If you're feeling nervous, skip the cheesy one-liner. Go with a sincere compliment. A genuine, "You look beautiful," or "I'm grateful for you," can do wonders. Kindness is the language of love. It creates safety. And where there is safety, there is connection. So go slow. Be gentle. Let your comfort with each other grow naturally. This night is your first chance to build a space where both of you feel valued, respected, and loved. And inshallah, that space will only grow more sacred with time. I'm the power of open communication. Now, let's shift to something deeply practical, but often overlooked: communication. Your wedding night isn't just about physical closeness. It's about emotional closeness. And the best way to cultivate that? Through open, honest, thoughtful conversation. In moments like these, emotions can run high. You might feel overwhelmed, unsure, or afraid of saying the wrong thing. But here's the truth. There's nothing more beautiful than being real with one another. So take a moment, just the two of you, and talk. Really talk. How are you feeling? What's on your mind? Is there anything you're nervous or excited about? Do you have any hopes, expectations, or boundaries you want to share? You don't need the perfect words. Just speak from the heart. These simple questions build trust. They create a foundation where both of you feel heard and respected. And when you open up like this, you're planting seeds of intimacy that will bloom over time. Here's a little secret. The couples who communicate well on their wedding night often become the ones who navigate life with the most grace. Why? Because they begin to see each other as more than spouses. They become each other's safe place. And if there are pauses or quiet moments, don't worry, that's normal. Sometimes, silence speaks louder than words. What truly matters is that you're present, in your words, in your tone, and in how you look at one another. Every small gesture says, I see you, I respect you, I'm here for you. This night, it's more than just a celebration. It's a commitment to speak with kindness, to listen with patience, and to grow together with open, compassionate hearts. Spiritual beginning, Salah. Together, now that we've talked about communication and emotional connection, let's turn to something even deeper. Your spiritual connection as a couple. One of the most beautiful ways to begin your marriage is with an act of worship. The Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, encouraged newlyweds to pray 2 rak'ahs of Salah together on their wedding night. This moment isn't just about standing side by side. It's about standing before your Creator. Picture it. The two of you facing the Qibla, hearts full of gratitude and hope, raising your hands in dua and inviting Allah into your marriage from the very first night. This isn't just a prayer, it's a declaration. It says, Ya Allah, guide us. Bless us. Keep us together through every joy and every trial. And here's something inspiring. Many of the righteous predecessors began their marriages this way. Imagine walking in their footsteps, honoring your love by anchoring it in faith. But don't make this feel like a formality. Make it meaningful. Take your time. Thank Allah for bringing you together. Ask Him to bless your home, to strengthen your love, and to protect your bond. Let your hearts pour out in supplication. Let this be your first act of unity, under the watchful, loving gaze of your Lord. After your Salah, hold each other's hands and make dua together. Ask for love, patience, understanding, and most of all, barakah. Dua, the most intimate form of love. Did you know that making dua for your spouse is one of the most intimate and powerful acts of love? The Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, said, when a husband and wife look at each other with love, Allah looks at them with mercy. Subhanallah. Just a loving glance between spouses draws the mercy of Allah. Imagine what heartfelt dua can do. So take this moment on your wedding night to ask Allah to bless this union. Ask for joy that lasts a lifetime, for patience in the hard times, for connection that deepens with every passing year. And here's something to think about. If you could ask Allah for anything, knowing He would say yes, what would you ask for? Would you ask for unwavering love? For peace in your home? For the ability to grow old together with faith in your hearts and smiles on your faces? Whatever it is, speak it with sincerity, with conviction, because dua is the language of hope, and your wedding night is the perfect time to speak your hopes out loud. And don't forget, when you pray for your spouse, you're not just asking Allah for blessings. You're showing that you care for their heart, their soul, their journey. It's love in its purest form. Creating a safe, loving space. As we close this beautiful chapter of your wedding night, let's talk about something often misunderstood: intimacy. It's important to remember, this night is not a race. It's the beginning of a sacred journey. There's no pressure, no expectations, just presence, patience, and the intention to love and honor each other in the best way. The Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, emphasized gentleness and compassion, especially between spouses. And let's be real, if things don't go exactly as you imagined, that's okay. It might feel awkward, maybe even a little funny, and that's normal. This is your first night. You have a lifetime to grow, to learn, and to deepen your connection. So laugh together, be vulnerable. Let the awkwardness become part of your story. Because intimacy isn't just physical. It's about emotional safety and spiritual connection. Hold hands, share your thoughts, dream out loud. These moments will stay with you forever, not because they were perfect, but because they were real. A final reflection. As we wrap up this video, we leave you with a timeless reminder. Your wedding night is just the beginning. The true beauty of marriage lies in how you nurture your bond every single day. The Quran says, "They are clothing for you, and you are clothing for them." Surah Al-Baqarah 2:187. Think about that. You are each other's covering, your comfort, your protection, your warmth. Just as clothes shield and beautify us, spouses are meant to shield and beautify each other's lives. Marriage isn't just about the easy days. It's about showing up for each other through joy and hardship, about holding each other up when life feels heavy, and about walking side by side, always striving for Jannah together. So here's a final question for you to reflect on. What kind of legacy do you want to build, both in this world and in the hereafter? Because the choices you make, starting from this night, will shape the love story you write together. Will it be one filled with kindness, faith, and purpose? Will it be a bond that others look at and say, "That's what I want"? The pen is in your hands. Begin your story beautifully. If this video brought you value, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Your support helps us reach more hearts and homes with the wisdom of Islam. May Allah bless your marriage with peace, love, and lasting barakah. May your home be filled with light, laughter, and deep faith. And may your journey together be one that brings you ever closer to Jannah.